Shalom. Salak. Shalom. Laha Alahayim. Peace to the gods. Nawathan. Kal Halalim La. Yahweh. Bahasham. Yahushai. Bahasham. Racha. HaKodash. Giving all praises to Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. In the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors unto the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the head elders of all the camps of Great Millstone GMS who do rule well, who I've learned this 100% truth from, who are the true leaders of all Israel, Yasha Allah, the princes of power today. Salutations, peace and blessings to the Bayath Dawayad, which is the house of David, which is the governing body in the kingdom to come, starting with the 144,000, 12,000 men, all right, prophets of each tribe of Israel, as well as the remaining 1/3 of the elect of men, women, and children who are rehearsing also the righteous acts to the best of their ability. Shalom to the speckled bird brothers scattered among the heathen that may look like the heathen. Shalom to the very few Akwath sisters out there listening and learning in silence and subjection. This is your brother Tazapania Banyamyan of the Sons of Yashala camp out here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Adawan Ratazah, Lord willing, this is edifying unto the elect. Get right to it. Hey, West Asia is about to be lit, man. And it's funny because as you can see, the beloved Elder Malcolm's video, GMS Maccabean Spirit, watch, subscribe, be edified, basically breaking that down, all right? The term Middle East was a social political construct invented by Esau to control the narrative and the geography, all right, of that place. So, calling it through the true terms, West Asia, okay, is about to be lit. It's about to be on fire, man. What's going on right now? So the U.S. and the U.K., Voltroned up to attack the Houthi-controlled area, which would be like your southwestern, because Yemen is on the southwestern peninsula of the Arabian Peninsula. So the even furthermost southwestern tip, so to speak, right across the sea from Kush, Ethiopia, you have the Houthi-controlled Yemenites, which is backed financially and probably technologically by Iran. All right, the Persians, as the Bible speaks of. Okay, now they were, saying that if anything ramps up in Palestine to the so-called Palestinians, which would be, now because of fighting wars, the Ishmaelites, controlled the area at one point in time. But there is Jake scattered among them, of course. But they were saying if they continue to, bomb Gaza and all that, then we're gonna continue to, fuck up the supply chain ships going through the Red Sea, right? And you wanna mess with Esau, mess with his money. And Iran knew that. The Houthis knew that, right? So because of them having to go all the way around the land of Ham, Africa, okay, which was named by an Edomite called Scipio Africanus, a general that defeated Hannibal after Hannibal defeated him twice. All right, the 3 Punic Wars. Punic is Latin for Phoenician, okay, but they was attacking and taking over ships and all that. So eventually, the U.S. Babylon was asking anybody to help on board. Not too many countries is with it. That lets you know. Matter of fact, let's start off with a scripture in Obadiah, and I'm gonna let this play out. Let's go to Obadiah. All right, Obadiah. Salakia. I'm in the physical sword today. All right, gotta get back into it physically every now and again to get your sword sharpened. This is Obadiah 1 and 7, it says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have lain a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Right. So there's none understanding in Esau and all these allies that they thought would, if U.S. goes to war, that everybody would be behind them. You see, it's not like that no more. So everything is starting to break down because Yahweh Shah prophesied, a house divided against itself, kingdom against, a kingdom cannot stand, roughly paraphrasing. So we're seeing the literal fall of this Babylonian, this beast system, just like the fall of Rome, man. Okay, it is the second leg of Rome, NATO, the EU, and America. All right. So, without further ado, we're gonna play it.
Breaking news coming out right now: the U.S. and the U.K. are reportedly engaging in their strikes against rebel groups in the Middle East. This is the first bout of military action that we have seen since these groups have sent hundreds of attacks against U.S. military personnel. People from the UK and the shipping lanes of the Mediterranean have been shut down. According to military analysts who are watching this right now, they believe that the next stage of this escalation is going to be a broader Middle Eastern war.
Did you just hear that? Military analysts watching the geopolitical stage, the world stage right now on the military fronts, all right, are basically predicting, which if they don't even know, it's prophesying, it's to say things before it happens because it's actually going to happen, because we know it's going to happen, because the Most High's word won't go out void, as the scriptures say, but that is going to be a broader so-called Middle East, because there's no such thing as the Middle East or West Asian war, and that's actually in the scriptures. So this is all going to cause more countries to team up on however it's going to team up, but we know eventually the whole NATO countries that have all their nuclear weapons, and the EU countries, the European Union countries, as well as Russia, Iran, all right, whether North Korea, anybody that have nukes that's pretty much on the brick side is going to send their nukes, all right, through the command of the spirit of Yahweh Shai to destroy America, to make it a lake of fire. Okay, so this is Joel 3:2. It says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat, okay, and will plead with them there for my people, and plead means to judge, and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So notice, okay, not only did they put us into slavery and sent us all over the place, which is through the decree of Yahweh Shai, but also parted. So that lets you know the people in the land is not the people. They parted their land. You get this piece, you get northern Israel, right? You get Tel Aviv, you get Jerusalem, you get Gaza, you get the West Bank. You see? Okay? So, but this is all the Most High is doing. So just like the military analyst is saying, this is going to be a broader war, meaning more countries and kingdoms is going to join in. Okay? So this is all spiritual. All right?
Now, I don't know if you remember the uncertainty of times that came with our last couple of Middle Eastern conflicts. Oil is a big one here. You're going to want to start thinking about your gas getting maybe a little bit put to the side, getting some stabilizer put in.
There's a reason, and I'll speak as a man through the spirit. I just posted this yesterday. I've never before here paid for premium, 91 premium, under $3. It was $2.80 something cents. You see what I'm saying? And to me, that is reminiscent of, let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras. Second Esdras, chapter 16 and verse 21. It reads, behold, victuals is your provisions, is your food, right? And remember, the food supply chain is all dependent upon the transportation industry to get the food to where it needs to go to feed the people. So if oil goes up, food goes up. Okay, it says shall be so good cheap upon earth. You see that? So yeah, gas is cheap right now. Things is cheap right now, relatively speaking. But we're gonna go into a hyperinflationary economy, man. All right, another precept upon precept for that lines up with this is Revelation 6:6. Okay, that one measure of wheat, shall go for a penny, and one measure of barley shall go for a penny. You look up that word penny; it means a denarian, or a day's wage, a ancient Roman soldier's wage, man. All right, so you're a centurion, a police officer, your modern day Roman soldiers, so to speak. They might make what, $45,000 a year. You see what I'm saying? If you would have, I think I did the math on that back in the day. You talking about maybe $150, $160 for a loaf of bread or a 6-pack of beer. This is what we talking about. Beers made from barley and other type of wheats and all of that. You got your whole wheat bread. You see, so things is about to get crazy. Point blank period. It says that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth. Remember, evil is a compound word. Eve, time, ill, bad. Bad times is going to grow upon the earth. Sword, famine, and great confusion. You see? So if you paying, it take you $40 to fill up your tank, you like, oh, I ain't never done that man long. Oh, things is all good. If that $40 turn into $140 to fill up your tank, you don't think people's going to be like confused out their mind, in perplexity? Which really means in one of the precepts, you go into the root word, it means lack of resources. They're gonna be like, yo, I ain't got the money to pay for this. You see what I'm saying? So shit is about to get wild.
Side of it, if you do live in a rural area or on some rural land, it would probably be a good time now to decide whether or not large container gas storage is something that's a viable option for you, or diesel if that's what you use more often. Now, when considering this, you have to think about all the other things, including sabotage and attacks against these types of units. But it's just some food for thought, because this Middle Eastern conflict is going to blow up into something larger. Now, we're already starting to see the shipping container companies react immediately to this. Right now, they are already sending out memos and information to their employees and through communications lines that they're going to completely avoid the area. So unlike the last couple of weeks where they have just shut down certain shipping lanes, now you're looking at a complete rerouting in some cases around different areas of the ocean and continents. For you as the consumer, this means higher prices, longer wait times. Your goods
Didn't I just read that?
Aren't going to get to the store. It might mean empty shelves in the near future. So this is a whole bit of the next leg dropping, the next shoe dropping in this global conflict. I want you to pay particular attention to the countries that react to this. One of them, the most important, being the nation of Iran. We already had some suspicion in the U.S. military that Iran acquired nuclear material from Russia, and they're not going to use it themselves. They're just going to be a conduit or a channel to get this material to other outlets that have anti-Western views. Now, what these other outlets are suspected of doing is they're going to release this radiation and some sort of contaminant event. We don't know what it's going to be, but they're on the lookout for it right now. We have seen some reports of the nuke sniffers flying overhead. We've already seen enhanced data gathering and intelligence gathering operations at ports around the region. And now we have a warning coming out saying that we might see these rebel groups attacking the United States of America, citizens of the USA, on U.S. soil. Of course, you would understand that they're probably going to react to anyone who looks like they're from the West, talks like they're from the West in the Middle East, where these activities are happening. But now there's a warning from the CIA, from other intelligence groups, including open source ones. It's not just government directed here. Including open source intelligence groups are saying, watch out on U.S. soil. When I hear this type of thing, 24 hours after the country of Sweden told their citizens to prepare for global war.
And I've seen that on IG, and the Swedish people are bugging out. They're like, yo, our prime minister just went, and everybody is talking about war except for the United States. You see, this is why this place is called Babylon, confusion. You see what I'm saying? Everybody knows what time it is, except for what is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt.
But think about what maybe the next stage is, the things that aren't being said. Because remember, the government leaders here, they're all in one big golden, plated room together, talking about how they're going to dominate other countries and people throughout the next year. When they sit back in their golden thrones and they say, listen, this is going to be a world war, all it takes is that one person, and that person was Sweden, to stand up and say, hey, citizens, something bad's going on. Go out and get your preparedness items.
This is Joel 3:9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up.
It's already been said that there was some sort of like Black Friday event. You remember the riots and everything that would happen in Black Friday in the West. Same thing's happening for survival goods in Sweden and in neighboring countries right now. This is happening because the people don't want to realize how bad it is until it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
Another viewing of that is we have a gas company up in Alabama because we're refilling at our homestead there. The company said we're going to need another couple of weeks because with a cold snap that's coming through, everybody waited until the last moment until they realized they couldn't get gas anymore. And then they all called and they all scheduled and they all set it up. This happens during hurricane season in Florida and other coastal areas. It happens it's not just a US thing, it happens all across the world in Asia where people have typhoons come through. They wait till the very end. Then they go buy their canned goods, their water, things like that. So just take into account that this type of thing is going on right now. And you guys should maybe take this as your call to action. This should be one of your triggers that maybe it's time to go buy some water. It's pretty cheap, right? You can go buy 20 gallons of water.
See, the prophecy speaking should be your call to action to wake up out of your sleep because our salvation is nearer than we believed. Okay? That's what for you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, man. All right? And I like to say this all the time. The more rumors of wars that go on, specifically for the Third World War III, know that before, more swiftly and much quicker, will the economic collapse happen. You see, so we all know the MOTB, which is the RFID hit, has to be pushed. So the more West Asian news about wartime ramps up, yo, this dollar gotta crash. They gotta bring in the new system. Two systems can't stand at once. Just like Esau and Jacob in the it can't stand at once. Yahweh's kingdom, which is by default the kingdom of Yasha'Allah, cannot stand with the kingdom of Esau and the rest of these heathen kingdoms. They gotta go down. All right?
They're pretty inexpensive, and then buy one Sawyer water filter. $21, $23 at Walmart or online. That's going to filter up to 100,000 gallons of water to watch your videos. My dad used to work for Yelp. I am saying, and this is proof in the pudding, you just got to keep your guard up. Whether you're in church, you're in Target, you're in school, or you're at home. Hey, bro.
Keep your guard up. Doesn't it say, for the Lord is my shield and buckler? That's how you keep your guard up. You see what I'm saying? I love the spiritual commentary, man, because, everything that we look at it through a spiritual lens, which we're supposed to be doing. Yahweh said to watch and pray.
I hope you are keeping well. I work for a manufacturer who relies on imports from China. After the video you put out a couple of days ago, I felt I should let you know that a container, a 40-foot one from China, is now costing us just shy of $7,000. It's an increase of $5,000 on the prices we were paying just in December. This has also added an additional 4 weeks of shipping time.
So the point is made. I don't want to drag it too long. He going through little testimonials and all that. Either way, it was a quick little update on what's going on over there in West Asia. And two things that elder Apostle Tahar, all right, always talked about that I've remembered, man. Keep your eyes on the Levant region, which is West Asia, which is your Arabian Peninsula, Persian Gulf, type area, all right, and keep your eyes on the financial news, all right, specifically in the Western civilization, because it is the charagma of the beast, right? What's the beast? Okay, it's the ancient Roman revived empire, all right, which is now known to us through the spirit as the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, okay, and the 10 horns that's on the beast, the European Union, which was once the EEC, the European Economic Commission. And who rides it? America. So there's a reason why your Western civilizations first have been pushing out more of this type of micro sea hipping technology. Okay, so Levant region financial news. Lord willing, I don't want to write this out. I was edifying to the elect, and to the next time, Akim, while very few Akwath. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Yahweh Bashem Yashua, Barakatham, Kwam Yasharala, Shalom.